This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Lech Techum podcast. We continue with Yoeitz, page 421 in the Art Scroll. We are in day 158 in the Hachzik. And we're talking about Guf, the body. The body compared to the soul is like nothingness. The side that is Gufay, it is proper for a person to afflict his body. We don't speak rather for luminous, but this is a concept that's brought down in the Sirus Hashem as well. And burden it with all types of difficulties and inconveniences in order to cleanse it. It's a cleansing process and to bring nachas ruach, to bring pleasure to Kadosh Baruch Hu. And one should not pay attention to his physical comforts in the face of glorifying Hashem's name. One should protect his body. It should be strong and healthy so that he should be able to serve Hashem as a dedicated servant. And we see with our own eyes how readily a person accepts all types of sufferings, money, and things that are negated to his physical self in order to preserve his life on this world. This is his comfort as he does so. What does he say to himself? The things I'm going through subtract from death. They ensure that the affliction of death will not come upon me. Saying, I'm not going to eat today, I'm going to lose money, all these different things. And he says, okay, I'm saving myself so that I should be able to work, I should be able to do this and that, in order I should be able to live. And if one is so concerned that his soul shouldn't leave his body, meaning ending his life in this world, when even if he will live for many years, but at the end of the day, a person's end is dying. Says the Yoeitz, this is something that at first glance doesn't seem to be very negea. Talking about a person afflicting his body, talking about a person not wanting to encounter death, but the Pele makes a very simple judgment. The Pele says as follows. It says if a person basically does whatever he possibly, physically, mentally, emotionally can do in order to save himself, in order for him to stay alive in this world. You think about all the stories in the Holocaust and the wars, and you don't have to go that far. We think about every day where we give up, and if we're hungry but we're busy and we're doing things, and if we're tired but we keep on going through because you need to make money, because you need to support our family, we need to take care of this one and that one. We're all busy in order to sustain, in order to get through, in order to live. We're very worried ultimately that we shouldn't die. That's what it all boils down to. So it says the Pele Yoeitz, all these cheshbonos that we make for living in our guf, which is ultimately going to end, after 120. It says the Pele Yoeitz, how we have to be cognizant and worrisome on the einish hanefesh olam haba. Thinking about death is the einish haguf in this world, but what about the einish hanefesh, the punishment for one's soul in olam haba, shumar ma'odim mavis, which is much worse than physical death, because that's eternal, that's forever and ever. We can't really fathom that. And if a person's tending to the needs in this world for his gashmias, we're just say, oh, I'm so busy thinking and I'm not going to eat it, I'm not going to drink it, I'm going to be tired, but anyways, I'm focused on the gold, I'm focused on the money, I'm focused on whatever it is that you're focused on. Are you thinking about that for Olam Haba? Are you thinking about that for your eternity? Are you thinking about that for your nitzkis? Are you thinking about that for the Eibishter, for what you put in this world for your tikkun neshama, for your wholesomeness? Are you thinking the same way? If we're thinking about that for a guf, for a gashmis, how much more so should we be thinking about that for our ruchnis, for our eternity, for our forever. I'll pray this. Now, this seemed to have been a very strong high level, but the Pele takes it even deeper. Hashem das, this oives, Hashem the emes kasha yes. This is the basic amtu that one should have, but there's even more. A man who truly has been graced with understanding, to be one who loves Hashem truly, to be a real Ebed Hashem, he should be ready, he should strive to the level where he be ready not only to give up his life, but to give over his soul to be L'Kad Hashem Shemayim. To explain, it's a very abstract concept, but so great should this high level of Ebed Hashem, should his dedication be, to the point that if it would be possible that one who serves Hashem properly would inherit Gehenim, and one who commits transgressions, everything will be the opposite. And if you do transgressions of Gan Eden, Mashu Bilti Efshar, something that's virtually impossible, he'll be ready to go to Gehenim, and descend into the pit of death, and for his neshama to be burnt to ashes. Why? This sounds crazy. In order to bring pleasure to his creator, because he knows how much Hashem wants him to do mitzvahs and he doesn't want to pain Hashem. So even if it makes no sense to us, and by doing mitzvahs you go to Gehenna, and by doing Averis you go to Gan Eden, so we'll say, oh, we don't want to be hurt, we don't want Hashem to be hurt, we're willing to give up, says the Pele, the highest level of dedication is that even if our neshama would be burned, that we go to Ber Shachas, the pit of death forever and ever, but I'm not paying the Kadosh Baruch Hu, I'd be ready to do that. That's the highest level. This is our obligation. We think about going to Shachas in time, we think about keeping Shabbos, we think about putting on tefillin, we think about baking challah. Are we thinking that if my neshama was to go to Gehenim for all the mitzvahs I do, will I still do it? But the Yoeitz tells us, see what a high level the Pele is living on. This is our obligation, and this is the correct and proper way for us to feel. But who is the wise man who will understand this? Al Kapanim says the Pele concedes, agrees that this is a very high level. Maybe he thought this, but he says it's a very high level. To seek this level, of course, is Hashem. But nevertheless, we must at least do whatever is within our ability to do to the best of our understanding, and not be overly worried and busy and occupied with our physical comfort, so we can expend our efforts and utilize our resources to please HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And with that, Hashem, like you guys, Allah, Hashem should give us the on me.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.